Hi, everybody. This is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. When I finished recording Saturday evening, I told you that I hope to be done with my project by Sunday evening. But things change. Things always seem to change. This is Monday, October 30th, and I'm getting going with my project late this afternoon. A few things came up. Let me tell you about it. I couldn't wait to get out here this morning to start working on my backyard project again, but this is what I woke up to. Flat tire on my car. I told you yesterday I was having trouble finding my air compressor. I'm going to go up in the 18-wheeler again and just really dig around in there. There's things way to the back, and I didn't go look under everything. But I need to find this air compressor because I have to get this aired up to see if I can make it to a Walmart or somewhere and get it fixed today. It's a Sunday morning, so I need to find somewhere that can try to fix this today. I'm just thankful I wasn't caught on the road yesterday or anything. I noticed it at home, so it's all good. Well, I found it. You know how if you're looking for something specific and you don't see anything that looks just like that, you don't tend to see it. I don't know why, but I was looking for a big yellow DeWalt compressor. I don't know why I thought our big compressor was yellow. And so therefore, I was not looking for a big egg-shaped black compressor. This one is apparently a Senco. And I just looked right over it. It was amongst all kind of stuff and tires and everything that we have in the 18-wheeler. And I just looked right over it. But I found it. I got it. I'm fixing to go do my tire. I wanted to say, though, even though my husband cannot help me with this kind of stuff anymore, and I'm kind of learning it and doing it on my own, I may sound stressed out sometimes. But I will say, I'm glad that he bought things like this when he was able and when he was fooling with all kind of stuff. I can just go to this shed and get this compressor out. I probably wouldn't have this if it wasn't for him. There's a lot of tools I have, a lot of things that we have that I just walk to my supplies and get because he bought it when he was able, and I probably didn't even want him to spend the money on it, and I probably got aggravated sometimes because he bought certain things, but now we have them. So cut your husband some slack if they're out buying a lot of tools. Most times you're going to need it, and you're going to need it at the wrong moment, like this flat tire. I have no spare vehicle. My son is not home today, so I'm kind of on my own. I'm going to pump it up. I'm going to let it sit there a little while I go get Richard ready, and we may go ahead and just eat a little bite before we go, and then we'll see how it's looking. I'm not going to set out on it if it's immediately losing air, but I'm going to check it, and then we're going to hit the road, and I've got to go get this tire fixed, and I will get on my yard as soon as I can. Story of my life, but it's all good. All right, I got it aired up, and I wanted to say, this is a little tire gauge tool for anybody that may not know what it is. It's got the pounds per square inch on this side, and it's just a little simple thing. I think I got it at my grocery store. I have a grocery store that has a hardware aisle, and I pick up lots of hardware things when I'm in there because it's just so handy. I don't have to go anywhere else. But I got this and said, okay, it stays in like that, and then you hook this end onto the little tire valve, and it'll shoot out at the other end. It'll shoot out those numbers, and it'll tell you how much pounds per square inch your tire has in it. So it's very handy because you don't want to fill it up too much. Everybody worries about their pressure cookers exploding. Well, I kind of worry about a tire exploding on me. You don't want to put too much, but you don't want to put too little either. And then you think, oh, it's still low or whatever, but it's really not. So it's good to know your per square inch. And I found mine. I'm not going to be able to zoom in on it because I could barely read it myself. But in all these little letters down here on your tire, it'll tell you a maximum per square inch that goes in your tire. So I would recommend everybody, especially women, get you a gauge like this. Because if you do pull up to a filling station or anywhere like that that has air and you want to air up your tire, you can check to make sure you put the right amount in there and not overfill it or underfill it. What I'm fixing to do though is crank my car, and I'm gonna back it up just a little bit because I can't see anything on this tire except a few rocks that are in the treads. I can't see anything that would have caused this, but I do feel like there's a nail in here somewhere for it to go that flat that quick. So I'm gonna back it up, see if I can see anything, and we'll just see what happens. Well, that didn't take long. I'm actually gonna put my camera up in here to get a better view of this because it's not a nail, or I don't know what it is, but it is something metal and it is big. Hold on just a second. See that? I don't know what that is. And I'm not gonna pull it out. It's metal, it's not plastic or rock or anything. I've been feeling on it and it's metal. And it's kind of like a piece of maybe barbed wire, like the ends of a barbed wire where they twirl. But it is definitely stuck down in my tire, and that's what I'm dealing with. I'm not pulling it out because then I think the tire would just go flat and there'd be nothing I could do about it. If I can keep a little air and try to get somewhere, that's what I'm gonna do. There's a lot I don't like about Walmart, and I don't really come here that often. But one thing I am appreciative of is their auto care that will work on Sundays to fix flat tires, because it seems like the last couple of episodes I've had have been on a Sunday. I haven't been to this Walmart before. I'm hoping their service is good and they're nice, but we'll see. But the thing is, they're open and they're here. So I'm gonna see how this will go. So I ended up getting my tire fixed at Walmart. I came back home, and the rest of my afternoon, I ended up being more full-time caregiver than gardener. So I'll just say that, but I had to just basically spend my afternoon doing something else. And so Sunday was a wash. Sunday was just a wash. It was something the whole day long. So I decided, okay, I'll get out here Monday morning and I'll start. Then I remembered this morning we had to take my husband to go get his B12 shot. He's been ordered to get 6 of them because his B12 is really low. Today was our 5th shot. So we had to do that. And while I was there, it was about 35, 40 miles away, I decided to go another 20 or so miles out of my way and go to where I grew up and clean off my son's grave. I realized that Wednesday is All Saints Day. And I try to go by there several times a year and maintain his grave, but I really kind of use All Saints Day as a motivation to get it cleaned up and get it nice and neat. I thought it wasn't going to be bad because we had been by there recently, a few months ago, and I had sprayed Roundup on cracks and everything just kind of to keep the weeds away. So I didn't think we would have weeds. Well, we did. And his is got coping around it. It's got rocks on top of it. It's got visqueen and everything, but these weeds still come up all the time. So it took me an hour and 15 minutes to pull weeds out of his grave. By the time we got back home, it was 2:30. It is now 3 o'clock. I got me a bite to eat inside and I'm just getting started. But it's Monday at 3 o'clock. It just is what it is. I just kind of have to roll with it. I'm just getting back started on what I finished Saturday evening and was hoping to finish by Sunday the whole project, but here it is Monday afternoon. I'm just getting back going. I decided to go ahead and steal these lava rocks that I have bordering this front little bed. I need them for a visual border, I guess you would say. I also need them to keep the rainwater from going through there and washing away wood chips. And I need it to kind of delineate where that area is so that when my son's going back and forth to the dog pen at night and stuff like that, he doesn't just walk right through wood chips and that whole area gets kind of disturbed. He'll know, just kind of go to the outside of these rocks. So I'm fixing to try to pick them up if I can and just load them into my wheelbarrow. Last time I kind of used my dolly to move some of them. If I have to do that, I'll have to go get the dolly out of the 18-wheeler, but I'm going to try to pick them up and put them back there, and then it's on to the wood chips. Here's a little sneak peek. I'm going to move forward with the wood chips and try to pull this all together. I don't have quite enough blocks to go around this whole fire pit. Kind of get the gist of what I'm doing here. But on the back side, I'm missing a little bit. I have an actual big hunk of concrete I could put back here if I need to, but it's kind of way out of size of the other ones. It's taller, thicker, wider. I'm only going to use it in an emergency. I have an idea, because as much as I tried to get concrete from everywhere and clean all that up, I keep finding it. And where did I see some? There you go. I came over here the other day and I'm like, oh my God, there's more concrete. There's some kind of block there. There's some kind of block there. And I bet you I could look around really quick and find some more if I needed it. But I know this may sound like a silly thing to stop and do, but I'm going to dig these pieces up real quick and see if I can finish that little ring around the fire pit, because I need to get that done. And oh, I just remembered where I have another one out in the yard. I see it every time I mow. So I'll go get that one if I need to and try to wrap this up. I'm hauling wood chips. I'll give you a sneak peek. I'm hauling wood chips and it's starting to kind of come together. So I'm gonna keep going. I was walking over here to get my shovel off my tool rack. And look, right down there, there's another piece of stone. I'm grabbing that one too. Look what I dug up right here by the electric pole. That's the first ones I showed you. That doesn't count the little other one that I dug up by my driveway. So look at there. Let me go arrange all this and I'm gonna see if God gave me exactly what I needed. Nothing more but what I needed. That's my theme of this whole project. I just wanted to show you, I arranged the ones that I dug up that I just told you about, and that is how much more I needed. And then I went over there to the yard to see what I had in that other spot that I told you I saw while I was mowing, and this is what I have. This big old hunk. I think it's gonna fit perfect in that spot. I just feel like sometimes I have just everything I need. This land just kind of keeps giving to me. I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of keeps giving to me little surprises here, there, and yonder. And this rock was all I needed to finish that spot. I realize a lot of this is dusty and these rocks have a lot of mud on them and everything. I'm gonna come out here and spray the water hose on all this stuff before I kind of do the final reveal, because that's just kind of, I tell you what, if you watch HGTV and all, that's what they do too. They spray down carports, they spray down outdoors and everything before they reveal it. And so that's what I'm gonna do too, because my fire pit has dirt on it. All of these things, I'm digging them up out of the dirt by my fence over there and wherever they are on my property, and I'm putting them straight here. So none of these are going to look very good until I wash them off. Hopefully we'll get some rain tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that before I show you everything. Also, the wood chips look better when they're kind of wet, and it'll kind of show you the borders a lot better. So I'm getting excited. This little stone here is my last little piece. And then after that, it's nothing but wood chips. I do have some branches from my azalea bushes that I trimmed up, and I have a big pile of them. And I think what I'm gonna do is go get those also and go ahead and put them in this fire pit. They'll look good in there. I don't really have anywhere else for them right now. I was just gonna kind of save them for firewood anyway. And they were either gonna be sitting out in the yard or going in my other burn pile. So I might as well just put them in this fire pit and make them look kind of complete out here for this little setting. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm about ready for the reveal. I'll show you where I'm gonna put the moringa seeds. That's not necessarily gonna be in this little fire pit area, because doing a little research, those trees do get pretty big. So I'm gonna plant them to the back of me back here, a little bit towards the woods, but still close to this. I wanna be able to enjoy looking at those trees and enjoy just knowing that I was given those seeds by a viewer, and I appreciate it so much. So I want to plant it back here, but it's just going to be a few feet behind this little area. Well, here it is, the big reveal. It's 5:40. It took me 2 hours and 40 minutes. I had to put all of these lava rocks in place and kind of arc them. I had to do the wood chips. I put a load of dirt from that burn pile over there. I put it behind the sago palms so that they can kind of have some of that ash and dirt they were already laying in over here, hopefully to keep them alive and doing good. I think it came out fine. I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with it. What y'all think? Let me know. I think these lava rocks set it off, and they'll do a good job of keeping the wood chips from washing downhill, hopefully. That's the goal. Had to leave a little bit open because people need to be able to walk in and out and get to the bench and everything. The fire pit came out exactly how I envisioned it. Those just gangly, oddball pieces of concrete that I showed you, look how they all came together and made this little ring around the fire pit. Look at there. And those are just azalea branches that have kind of been the bane of my existence the last few weeks. I had left them in a pile in one part of my yard, and I either needed to move them or burn them or what have you, and now I have somewhere to put them. So I'm excited. The fire pit got cleaned up, the rocks got cleaned up, all the lava rocks got washed, so they look good. I'm happy with the bench. It's really just what we need out here. If anybody else wants to ever sit out here, of course, there's plenty of room to set lawn chairs and such around here. I'm going to walk this way a little bit, give you different angles, and then I'll kind of sum it up. The sago palms are beautiful right now. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to have this anchor of greenery out here. Free, just free, sitting over there unappreciated. It reminds me of Jesus, it reminds me of Easter, but I'm being honest with you when I tell you I was trying to get rid of them because I didn't really want them where they were. They used to be in the front part of our property, and sago palms reproduce by putting those pups down in the ground. A pup comes up and then they keep on going, and they spread everywhere, and they poke children. They poke adults too when you're trying to mow. So I wanted them gone, but I'm so happy that they didn't die. I tried. They've been doused with lighter fluid more times than you can count. I've burned them and burned them and burned them. You can see their little trunks are black, but they wanted to live, and they sprouted again, and right now they look good. They may turn brown during the winter, but I guarantee you these things will come back. They'll come back. And if they do put pups into the ground and start spreading out here, it's okay, because there's nothing else out here. I don't garden out here. I don't mow, obviously, right here, because the grass is completely gone right now. So they can just spread all they want. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm happy with it. I did this to kind of make me happy and to give me something to look at from my window. And I'm happy. And it didn't cost me anything. Nothing. And when I set out to do this, I intended that I was going to have to spend some money. I was thinking, what should I buy? What kind of bench? What should I buy? Should I buy a lantern to put out here, or should I buy some kind of post? And I didn't end up doing that, even though some of that would look great. I just did what I had, though, and I'm happy with it, and it's all I need. It's so precious and it's so pretty to me, and I can't tell you how much joy it's bringing me. I want to thank everybody that gave me some input and that helped with this and just thought about it for a few minutes for me. I appreciate that. This is so nice. I hope that you can kind of come up with something in your own yard just to give you a little spot that makes you happy to look out the window. I absolutely love it. It wouldn't be complete without showing you the view from my window. This is great. Thank you so much, everybody. This is Lainey at Hilltop Home Place. Y'all have a great day and stay free. Bye-bye.